Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today we're focusing on you, the listener,
Yeah, you.
and your money. We're going to help you create a personal budget plan. Sounds fun, right?
Always a good time.
Yeah. So to help us with this, we're using this article called Seven Best Steps to Create a Personal Budget Plan. And this is going to be like your roadmap to get to that financial freedom.
Yeah, ditch the money stress.
Yeah, exactly.
It can be done.
Absolutely.
Right?
It can definitely be done.
Okay, so first, like any good road trip, we need to figure out where we want to go.
Right.
You don't just hop in the car and start driving.
Exactly. Got to have a destination in mind.
Mm-hmm.
The article calls this like defining your financial goals.
Okay.
You know, the big why behind the budget.
I like it, the big why.
And get this, just the act of writing down your goals increases your chances of reaching them by 42%.
Whoa. I love that stat.
Right.
That makes me want to grab a pen and paper right now.
And it doesn't have to be, saving for retirement like decades from now. We can think about, more short-term wins, like
Right.
saving $1,000 for a vacation 6 months from now.
Absolutely. Those smaller goals can be really motivating.
Totally, yeah.
Keep you going for the long haul.
Yeah, it's all about the momentum.
Momentum, that's the word.
Okay, so we got our destination in mind. Now we got to fuel up the engine.
Yeah.
We're talking income.
Yes. Time to crunch those numbers. And this is where it gets interesting. The article emphasizes looking at your net income.
Okay.
And that means after taxes and deductions,
Oh,
not just the number on your paycheck.
okay.
So important.
Yeah, that makes sense. So for folks with like traditional jobs,
Mm-hmm.
that's factoring in, taxes, healthcare premiums. What about people who are self-employed, freelancers?
Oh, yeah, great point. Freelancers, listen up. Since your income can vary from month to month, the article suggests basing your budget on your lowest potential monthly income.
Oh, interesting. Better to err on the side of caution, Ro.
Always better to be prepared.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So kind of build that in. It's like a safety net.
Exactly.
Okay, so while we're talking about being realistic, let's talk about monthly expenses. I feel like this is where it can get a little scary for some people.
Oh, for sure. Facing your expenses head on can be a little daunting,
Yeah.
but it's not as bad as it seems.
Okay.
Think of it as like decluttering your finances.
Okay.
We're going to separate those money-sucking monsters into two categories: fixed costs
Yeah.
and variable expenses.
I like it. Decluttering.
Yeah.
Okay, so what exactly are those fixed costs?
So fixed costs are those recurring expenses
Hmm.
that usually stay the same each month.
Gotcha.
Things like your rent or mortgage payment,
Yeah.
car payments, student loan installments,
Yeah.
insurance premiums.
Got it. So those are the things that we kind of,
Yeah.
we know they're coming every single month. So variable expenses. Is that where we have a little more wiggle room?
Yes, this is where you can really flex those budgeting muscles.
Okay.
Think about your grocery bills, dining out, those online shopping sprees.
Oof.
Yeah.
Entertainment. And even those like small daily indulgences like that fancy latte.
Oh, I know those well. Yes.
And this is where the article really highlights the importance of playing detective
Okay.
with your spending.
I like that.
Dig deep into those bank statements
Yeah.
and those credit card bills.
Credit card bills, yes.
For the past few months, you might be surprised what you find.
Yeah, you may uncover some things that you didn't even realize.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our income sorted, we've identified our expenses, fixed and variable. So how do we bring it all together?
Well, this is the fun part.
Okay.
It's like choosing your financial weapon of choice.
Oh,
And guess what? There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
I like that. Okay.
The article lays out a few different methods,
Okay.
each with its own personality and strengths.
Lay it on me.
So if you're all about giving every dollar a job,
Mm-hmm.
the zero-based budget might be your jam.
Okay.
With this method, you subtract all your expenses from your income each month,
Okay.
and the goal is to end up with zero. So everything has a place.
Everything has a place.
Love it.
What if you're looking for something a little simpler,
Yeah.
a little more fun?
Yeah. Simpler and fun.
The 50-30-20 rule might be right up your alley.
Okay.
This one's all about balance.
Okay.
You allocate 50% of your income to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment.
Okay. That's pretty easy to remember.
I like
That. What about the people that need a little more tangible motivation?
Well, in that case,
Yeah.
I present to you the envelope system
Oh.
with this method. You actually divide your cash into envelopes
Whoa.
labeled for specific spending categories.
Wow. Okay.
It's a great way to curb those impulse purchases and really stay within your budget.
Yeah, because if the money's not in there, you can't spend it.
Exactly.
Right.
It's the idea.
And the best part is, We don't have to just choose one right.
You got it. You can mix and match, experiment, create your own personalized budgeting style.
Oh, I love
Maybe you love the structure of the zero-based budget, but you want to incorporate the visual aspect of the envelope system
Yeah.
for certain categories.
Totally.
It's all about finding what works best for you
Okay.
and your unique financial goals.
Now things are getting really interesting, but we're not just setting this budget and forgetting about it, right?
Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
This is just the beginning.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
All right. We'll be right back.
Creating a budget, it's kind of like starting a fitness routine, you know?
Okay.
Got to keep checking in, tweaking things as you go.
So it's not about like restriction. It's more about like being flexible and making sure your budget's working for you,
Absolutely.
not against you.
And speaking of working for you, let's talk about the power of automation.
Okay. Now I'm intrigued.
This is where things can get really effortless.
Okay. Automation. Tell me more.
So imagine this. You're building your savings without even thinking about it, and those bills are getting paid on time every time.
Okay. That sounds like a dream. But how does it actually work?
It's really simple. Most banks allow you to set up recurring transfers from your checking account
Okay.
to your savings account or even investment accounts.
Gotcha.
It's like paying yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
but on autopilot.
I like that. Pay yourself first, but automatically.
Yeah,
And the article mentioned something about automation actually helping people save more.
it's true. Studies show that automating your savings can lead to saving 30% more.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Takes all the guesswork out of it.
Wow.
And the temptation.
Yeah, you don't even have to think about it.
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, so we can automate our savings. Can we automate those bill payments too?
Absolutely. Most online banking platforms let you set up automatic payments for things like rent, utilities, loan payments, even those monthly subscriptions. That can really sneak up on you.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like having a personal finance assistant working behind the scenes, making sure everything is taken care of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It frees up your mental energy to
Yeah.
focus on other things like actually enjoying your life and those financial goals you're working towards.
That's the goal.
Right.
All right, so automation, that's a game changer for sure. But even with those systems in place, we still need to be involved, right?
Oh, definitely. The article stresses the importance of reviewing and adjusting your automated systems regularly
Okay.
to make sure they're still aligned with your financial goals. And any life changes that may have popped up,
Right, because things change.
things always change.
You know, income might go up, expenses could fluctuate.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's all about staying in control, making sure everything's working for you,
Precisely.
not the other way around.
Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something that often gets overlooked. The psychology of spending.
Oh, interesting.
You see, budgeting isn't just about the numbers. It's about understanding why we spend the way we do.
Okay, I like this.
It's about our relationship with money.
Yeah, for sure.
So, for instance, have you ever noticed how you tend to spend more when you're stressed or bored?
Oh, absolutely. Retail therapy is a real thing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely guilty of that.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
The key is to become aware of those spending triggers and develop healthier coping mechanisms.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe instead of hitting add to cart, you call a friend
Yeah.
or go for a walk.
Yeah, or listen to your favorite podcast.
There you go.
Right.
Find alternative ways to manage those emotions.
Yes, without breaking the bank.
Exactly. And here's another interesting tidbit from the article.
Okay.
Did you know that simply tracking your spending for a month
Mhm.
can lead to significant changes?
Really, just tracking.
It's powerful stuff.
Okay.
When you start paying attention to where your money's going,
Okay.
you become more mindful of your spending choices.
Makes sense.
It's like shining a light on those unconscious habits.
Yeah, like holding up a mirror
Yeah.
to your spending patterns and saying, hey, is this really how I want to be using my money?
Exactly.
I love that.
And that awareness can be so empowering.
Totally.
It allows you to make more intentional decisions
Yeah.
that align with your values and your goals.
Okay, so we've talked about setting goals, calculating our income, identifying those sneaky expenses, choosing a budgeting method. What else does the article highlight as we continue on this journey to financial freedom?
Well, it emphasizes that budgeting isn't a one-time event.
Oh.
It's a continuous process.
Right, because
Huh.
our financial situation is always changing.
Always changing.
Yeah.
Your income might go up, your expenses might fluctuate, your goals might evolve.
Exactly.
So the article suggests reviewing your budget at least quarterly.
Okay.
So every 3 months or so.
Okay, so quarterly check-ins.
Quarterly check-in.
Got it. And it's not just about making adjustments when things go wrong, right?
Yeah.
It's also about celebrating those wins,
Absolutely.
acknowledging how far we've come.
Celebrate those milestones, big or small.
Yes.
It reinforces those positive financial habits, keeps you motivated on your journey.
I love it. Okay, well, this has been fantastic. I feel very inspired. This deep dive has been a great reminder of the power of budgeting
It's been great.
and how it can transform our relationship with money.
Me too.
And I hope our listeners are feeling empowered as well
I believe they are.
to start taking action. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a question to ponder. What small change can you make today to start taking control of your finances?
That's a great question. It could be as simple as downloading a budgeting app, setting up a savings goal, or even just having an honest conversation with your partner about your financial aspirations.
Yeah. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. It's all about taking those steps, no matter how small.
And the article reminds us that financial freedom isn't like a destination.
Okay.
It's more like a journey, an ongoing process of learning and adapting,
Right.
making choices that align with our values.
I like that. It takes the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not about reaching some finish line.
Exactly.
It's more about enjoying the process.
And making sure our finances are working for us
Exactly.
every step of the way.
Every step of the way. Yeah. And that's what it's all about, right? Creating a life where you have the freedom to do the things you want, support the causes you care about, spend your time how you want.
Absolutely. That's the dream.
Yeah,
And the great thing is, it's achievable for everyone,
it is.
regardless of your income or your current situation.
It's not about how much you make. It's about how you manage it.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
Okay.
There's so many resources out there
There are.
to help you on your financial journey.
Yeah, like what?
Books, websites, financial advisors, online communities.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, the article actually include a whole list of resources, which we'll link in the show notes,
Perfect.
so everyone can check that out. And what about like the community aspect? I feel like that's really important too.
Absolutely. Surround yourself with people who support your financial goals. People who can offer encouragement and accountability.
Yeah. Like a little support system.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you could start a money book club with friends.
That's a great idea. Right.
Or join an online forum.
Mm-hmm.
Share tips and challenges.
Love it. Like a financial cheer squad.
Exactly.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into personal budgeting,
Yes.
do you have any final key takeaways
Oh, for sure.
for our listeners?
So first and foremost, budgeting is not about deprivation.
Okay.
It's about empowerment.
Yes.
It's about making conscious choices that align with your values
Yeah.
and help you achieve your goals.
It's about designing a life you love,
Exactly.
financially and personally.
Yeah. Second, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to budgeting.
Right.
Experiment. Find what works for you. Don't be afraid to adjust as needed.
Find a system that you can stick with
Yes,
that brings you closer to those goals.
exactly. And third, never underestimate the power of small changes.
Love that.
Even tiny tweaks to your spending habits can make a huge difference over time.
It's the compound effect in action.
It is.
Okay, amazing. Well, that's a wrap for this deep dive into personal budgeting.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been so fun exploring this topic with you.
And to our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us on this journey to financial empowerment.
You hold the key to unlocking your financial dreams.
Yes, you do. So go out there,
Yeah.
take a plan, and start building that future that you deserve.
Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and never stop diving deep.